Very good. So it is almost 5,000 plus years it was being spoken. Om Ajnanatimmirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshuranmilitam Mena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namini Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvisheshaya Shunyavadi Pashanta Desha Tarini Jayo Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabho Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deen Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesh Gopika Kantam Radha Kantam Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhana Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Anybody wants to say Mahamantra? Please chant Mahamantra. Everyone together, otherwise.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare Hare Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Thank you so much. Okay, so we are going to do yoga of knowledge. We will see the history of Bhagavad Gita. Okay, so we all know that it was being spoken by Krishna when he was personally present here 5,000 years ago. But that is not the only fact. Okay, so it was spoken long back before that. Shri Bhagavan Vacha Imam Vivasvate Yogam Proktavanam Avyayam Vivasvan Manave Praha Manur Ishvakave Bravit. So Krishna is saying this. Lord is saying, what is the Lord saying? Who wants to read it? Yeah, or chant it? Yes, please chant. Yes, read. Yes, Kirti, read.
The blessed Lord said, I instructed this imperishable
science of yoga
to the sun god Viswasan. And Viswasan instructed it to Manu, the father of mankind, and Manu in turn instructed it to
Isku.
Okay, so yes, anybody wants to chant the shloka?
Should I?
Yes, please chant.
Shri Bhagavan Vacha Imam Vivaswate Yogam Proktavan Aham Avyayam Vivasvan Manave Praha Manur Ikshvakave Abravit.
It is Shri Bhagavan Vacha Imam Vivasvate Yogam Proktavan Avyayam Vivasvan Manave Praha Manur Ishvakave Bravit. The blessed Lord said, I instructed this imperishable science of yoga. This Bhagavad Gita, which is imperishable of science of yoga, is instructed to sun god whose name is Vivasvan. Okay, that is instructed to sun god. Krishna is saying that I instructed this science, imperishable science of yoga to sun god. This is sun god, Vivasvan. And Vivasvan instructed to Manu, who is the father of mankind, from whom we all were born. And Manu, in turn, instructed it to Isvaku, who is the great-great-grandfather of Sri Ramji when he was born. Okay, when he appeared in this material world, right, that time, he was his ancestor. So we can understand this parampara was carried out. This disciplic succession was in that process. Krishna gave it to whom? Who is he?
Manu.
No, this is not Manu. This is sun god. Okay, sun god is Vivasvan, and Vivasvan gave it to Manu. This is Manu, and Manu gave it to Isvaku. Okay. So this is the chain of disciplic succession which was carried earlier. But then Krishna is saying, I had given this science, yoga of science, imperishable yoga of science, to sun god. Sun god gave it to Manu, and Manu gave it to Isvaku. But then it was lost. The disciplic succession was lost. The Lord is also instructing you should understand bhakti. You should go through all this through a disciplic chain of cycle. Otherwise, what will happen? Everybody will manipulate. They will share their own experience. It is not. We should not understand it through our own experience. It is very difficult to understand through our own experience. How many experience we just consider something which is already in the past, which is there. It is not easy for all of us to go through all the experience and learn it, right? Many of the facts which are already there, we just accept it. We don't go and practice it, right? Do we practice all of the theories or whatever has been already advised to us through science or through so many different books and all? We accept it the way it is there and we move ahead. Similarly, God is also saying that it was lost. Evam parampara praptam emam rajasayo vidu sakalena mahata yoga nashta parantapa. Anybody wants to chant? Anyone? Akshat?
Akhila.
Yeah, chant.
Evam parampara praptam imam rajasayo viduha sakalencha mahata yoga nasta parantapa.
Sakalena mahata yoga nashta parantapa. Yes, Hansini. Chant. Can't unmute. Yes, chant.
Imam Rajasya Sayo Vidsake Mahata Na Nastaha Pratapa.
Yeah. So, evam parampara praptam. The parampara was lost. Evam rajasayo vidu. Sakalena mahata yoga nashta parantapa. So, Lord is saying this supreme science was thus received through the chain of disciplic succession. And the saintly kings understood it in that way. Whatever information was given, it was been understood through the disciplic succession, right? But not through your experience. It is not always through your experience, through the disciplic succession. But in course of time, the succession was broken, and therefore the science had disappeared, was lost. That's why Krishna had to instruct this again to Arjuna. So this was spoken long back, very it's almost 20 millions back. It was spoken to Ishwaku, who is the sun god, and Ishwaku gave it to Manu, and Manu gave it to Vivaswan, and Vivaswan gave it to Manu, and Manu gave it to Ishwaku. Okay, so in this way, this was carried on. The disciplic succession was carried on. Anybody wants to chant it? Yes. Yes, anybody else who didn't who never tried, they want to try, please try it.
Ma'am, can you chant this
Yes,
one?
please try.
Ma'am, can you chant this one?
I'll chant. Evam parampara praptam emam rajasayo viduhu sakalena mahata yoga nashta parantapa. Yes, Akshat.
Can I chant the prayer?
Yes, please chant.
Evam parampara pratamam imam
Praptam. It is parampara praptam.
sakalena mahat yoga nasta pranatapa.
Parantapa. Very nice. Yes, Kirti.
Evam parampara praptam imam rajarsayo vida sakalene mahata yoga nasta paranta.
Very nice. Good. Okay, read the translation also.
Can I read the translation?
Yes, read, Hansi.
This supreme science was thus received through the chain of disciplic succession, and the saintly kings understood that it in that way. But in course of time, the succession was broken. Therefore, the science as it is appeared to be lost.
Yes, God is saying this was instructed to them, and they were carrying it through the chain of disciplic succession. But in due course, the succession was broken. Somebody who was supposed to carry forward the disciplic succession, he didn't give it to the another king. Maybe Iswaku maybe didn't forward it ahead, and that's why the parampara was broken, that it was lost. Krishna is saying that is why Krishna had to instruct it. 4.2. So what is succession? Like, you can understand, this is the disciplic succession. It goes from one age to another age, okay, through one guru to another disciple. So it keeps on going, okay. So this is how you have to accept the shastras through the disciplic succession. These are our Vaishnava Gaudiya parampara, which is carried from, and this is our 32nd Acharya Prabhupada, from whom we are his he is our founder Acharya. So it is instructed that Lord Krishna, there are 4 parampara till now it is present, okay. If you want to take Diksha, or if you want to advance on your spiritual life, you have to follow one parampara. It is not that you are just doing it through, you are mixing all the paramparas and taking one. No, it is not right. You should follow the instructions which the acharyas have laid down. You can do whatever instruction, how you have to do bhakti, they have all instructed you in that way, okay. So you should also take it in that way. Like Krishna instructed it to Brahma, Brahma gave it to Narad Muni, Narad Muni gave it to Vyasadeva. In this way, these are all the prominent acharyas which are there in Gaudiya Parampara, and Acharya, our Acharya Prabhupada is the 32nd Acharya. So these are the 4 parampara which are still now going on, which is Lord Brahma Parampara, and then from Lord Brahma, Madhavacharya. You can consider that this is our parampara, Gaudiya Parampara, okay. This is Shri Parampara, from where from Lakshmi Mata, it is going ahead. And this is Rudra Parampara. Lord Shivji is from whom the parampara is carried away and carried forward. And this is Kumar Parampara. These are the 4 Kumaras of Brahmaji. These are the paramparas which are going on, okay. So you can consider any of them if you want to take Diksha, but we are following Gaudiya Parampara, okay. So this is our parampara wherein all the prominent acharyas has been shown. So now Krishna, when he is instructing that, I have shared this information, I have shared this imperishable science to sun god so many million years ago. So Arjuna is surprised here. How can you share any knowledge to a person who was born very long back? So he's surprised. Definitely, no, the sun was born before Arjuna and Krishna appeared here. They were thinking that way. Definitely. So he was confused. Definitely, he would be surprised to hear this, right? Yes or no? When Arjuna was born, definitely he must have seen sun, no, after some day. The kids also watch it. So Arjuna is saying, how is it possible that you and me, we both are in Dwapar Yuga, and you are talking about before Satya Yuga, that sun, I gave this information to sun god. How is it possible? So Arjuna wants to know about it. How can this happen? Because we both were born in Dwapar Yuga and they are playing together. They are friends here. And Krishna is saying that I gave this information to sun god. So he's understanding it. So we can understand that this was spoken by the Lord very, very long back, because Krishna is eternal, no? He is unborn. Govinda Adi Purusham. Anybody knows Brahma Samhitas, any of the shlokas? So when Brahmaji kidnapped all the gopas and gopis, all the gopas and the cows, and then that time Krishna had expanded himself into all the people there. All the gopas were being expanded by Krishna himself, and all the calves who were there, even Krishna expanded himself to them, because Brahmaji kidnapped it, because Brahmaji's time duration and our time duration is totally different. His 1 second is almost a year for us in this material world. Okay. And he was being informed by Narad Muni that Krishna has appeared. Supreme Personality of Godhead has appeared in this material world in a human form. So he wanted to see that, and just when he went, saw that Krishna is having food with all the gopas, and he's also trying to pick the food, and he's snatching the food and eating the laddus. So he's surprised, how can the supreme person, the controller of entire universe, is doing this type of thing. So he was surprised. So he just wants to test that, is it actually the supreme personality of Godhead, or just somebody has come, so, or some devta has come. So he wanted to test Krishna. So what he did, he kidnapped all the cows and calves and all his friends gopas, and he took it to his place. And by the time everybody was, Krishna wanted to see where are they, but he could know that Brahmaji has done it. So what he did, he expanded himself and he went home. So this Leela was there for entire 1 year in Vrindavan. It was going on. But Brahmaji, once after 1 second of his, when he came back and he saw that everything was normal, and he was just understanding what is it, then he saw that he could see Krishna in all the gopis and the cows. Okay. So this is, after that he chanted Brahma Samhita. Brahma Samhita is like, it starts from Ishvara Parama Krishna Satchidananda Vigraha Anadiradir Govinda Sarva Karana Karana. You are the reason of all the things, whatever is there. You are the Adi Purusha. You are the first person from whom everyone was born. So all of that, even if you see from the navel of Krishna, from that lotus stem which is coming from the navel of Krishna, Brahmaji was born. Okay, on the lotus flower, Brahmaji was born. When does Krishna appear? This is very easy shloka. Who wants to chant?
Me.
Yes, Akshit, chant.
Okay. Yada yada hi dharmasya gladir bharata apyuttamana dharmasya tadatmanam sujamyaham.
Very nice. Good. Who else? Yes, Hasini.
यदा यदा हि धर्मस्य ग्लानिर्भवति भावति भारत अभ्युत्थानम् अधर्मस्य
Tadatmanam srijamyaham. Very nice. Srijamyaham. Yes, yes, his brother. Yes, Akshit, let him chant.
Okay, my brother wants to chant.
Let him chant.
Okay. Yada yada hi dharmasya glaनिर्भवति भारत अभ्युत्थानम् धर्मस्य तदात्मानं सृजाम्यहम्.
Very bold. So, what is your age?
8.
Oh, wow. Very nice. Haribol. Very good. Keep on practicing, okay? Yes. So, who wants to chant? Anybody? Yes, please chant.
यदा यदा हि धर्मस्य ग्लानिर्भवति भारत अभ्युत्थानम् अधर्मस्य तदात्मानं सृजाम्यहम्.
Very good. Yes, Kirti, chant.
यदा यदा हि धर्मस्य ग्लानिर्भवति भारत अभ्युत्थानम् अधर्मस्य तदात्मानं सृजाम्यहम्.
Yeah, adharmasya, adharma, which is unreligious practice, decline of religious practice. Yes, who wants to read it or chant?
Ma'am,
Yes, yes.
And wherever there is a decline in religious practice, descendant of Bharata and predominant and irreligion, at the time I descend myself.
Yes, Krishna is saying, whenever and wherever there is a decline in religious practice, like religious practice where there is a decline, here it was a decline. You can see Kamsa is ready to kill his own sister. That is irreligious activity, no? Killing his own sister for without any reason. That was only because he could hear that Devaki, this was his sister, Kamsa's sister, and Krishna's mother, who was fortunate enough to have Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, as their son. They had meditated thousands of years to get son like Krishna, because Krishna appeared there in that yuga. He blessed them that yes, when I come in Dwapar yuga, I will be born as your son. So Devaki was being blessed, will be blessed with Krishna, Supreme Personality of Godhead, when he came to know through the Akashvani on their marriage day. That time, what he did, he was ready to kill her. But Vasudev, he said, please don't kill her. I will give all my kids to you whenever they are born. So please, you don't kill her. So he being a friend of his, he was his friend. That's why he wanted to marry his sister to him. And he was very happy by the time. But when he came to know that her son is going to kill him, immediately he is ready to chop her head. So this is how the demonic people are. By the time nothing is affecting them, they are okay. But unless immediately if they come to know, the same kind person becomes demonic. This is the irreligious practice which was happening, and that's why Krishna is saying, whenever and wherever there is something irreligious activity is happening, a descendant of Bharata, for Arjuna is saying that a prominent rise of irreligious activity at that time, I descend myself. Krishna comes personally in every yuga. When do Krishna appear? Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bharata abhyuthanam dharmasya tadatmanam srijamyaham. Okay, you try to memorize it, remember it. How does Krishna appear? How does Krishna appear? You all know Krishna has incarnated in so many different yugas. In Sat Yuga, he was, as you can say, Narayana or Narsimhadev. And in which yuga? Treta Yuga, he came as Shri Ram. In Dwapar Yuga, as Shri Krishna. And in Kali Yuga, as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Again in Kali Yuga, end of Kali Yuga, Krishna would come as Kalki. But that time Krishna is not going to instruct anything, because people are so demonic, people are so unkind, and people have done lot of irreligious activity. So he'll come and he'll just punish them. Okay, he'll come in a horse with a sword, and he's going to punish everybody, whoever is doing wrong things. And Kali Yuga is of 432 years. It is a big span of period which is there, but we have just covered almost 5,115 or 17 years. So it is like long. There are so many years to get over this Kali Yuga, to get over by the time Kalki would come. So Krishna is saying, how does Krishna appear? Although I am unborn, Krishna is never born, because Krishna is the Adi Purusha from whom everything has started. Before that, nothing is there. So that is the only fact from where everything is coming out. Okay, from Krishna only. Nothing is beyond him. Before that, nothing was there. And you can't even think that, okay, somebody is born. Okay, we have some existence from whom we have come. Our parents are there. Our parents has their parents. Their parent have their parent. Okay, so this cycle is going on. But Krishna don't have anybody before him. He is the only creator from whom everything has come. So he is unborn, and my body is transcendental. Our body is not transcendental. Our body is material. Because if our body was transcendental, if somebody dies, what would have happened? Nothing would have affected them, no? But it decomposes. It stinks so bad. That's why people burn it or bury it. That is the first thing they do after somebody's soul is gone. What does the soul do? It keeps on moving from one body to another. Who knows the shloka? Anybody remembers it? Anyone? Dehinosminyata dehe.
Can I?
Yes, please.
देहिनोऽस्मिन् यथा देहे कौमारं यौवनं जरा तथा देहान्तरप्राप्तिर्धीरस्तत्र न मुह्यति.
Very nice. Hari bol. Good. So the body is not going to move. The soul is going to move. The body is going to be here. But our body is not spiritual. It is not transcendental. it is going to decompose. But Krishna's body is not like that. It is transcendental. His spirit, his soul, and his body is not different. Our body is different. Our soul is different. Okay, never deteriorates. And although I am the Lord of all the sentient beings, I still appear in every millennium in my original transcendental form. Krishna is saying this, okay, in 4.6. Anybody wants to chant this shloka? Try to memorize it, okay? We will just chant it. Paritranaya sadhuna. Yes, chant.
Can I chant?
Yes, please, Akshay, chant.
Okay. Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya dushkritam dharma samasthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge.
Very nice. Who else wants to chant?
My brother wants to chant.
Yes, let him chant.
Paritranaya sadhunam vinashakaya dushkritam dharma samasthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge.
Very good. Yes, who wants to chant now?
Ma'am, can I?
Yes, please chant.
Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya dushtatam dharma samsthapanataya sambhavami yuge yuge.
Very good. Anyone else? Yes, try. Yes, Ritika.
परित्राणाय साधूनां विनाशाय च दुष्कृतां धर्म संस्थापनार्थाय संभवामि युगे युगे.
Let us all chant once again. Paritranaya sadhunam. Please chant after me. Everyone.
परित्राणाय
Paritranaya sadhunam
Vinashaya Vinashaya cha dushkritam.
dharma samsthapanataya sambhavami yuge yuge.
Dharma samsthapanarthaya. Samsthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. Very nice. Good. Anybody wants to try? Please try to chant it very nicely. Memorize it. It's very important shlokas. Okay. Yes, Kirti, chant.
परित्रणाय साधूनां विनाशाय दुष्कृतां धर्मसंस्थापनार्थाय संभावामि युगे युगे.
Yeah. It is paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkritam. Dushkritam. They are bad people, demonic people. Dharma samsthapanarthaya, to re-establish dharma. Sambhavami yuge yuge. He transcends millennium after millennium. In order to, yes, who wants to read it?
Ma'am, can I
Yes,
read it?
please read it.
In order to protect my devotees and to destroy the demons, as well as to re-establish dharma, I advent myself millennium after millennium.
Krishna is saying here that I come in my own transcendental form, but I appear after every millennium in my own transcendental form to destroy, to protect my devotees. First purpose of Krishna coming is to what? To protect his devotees who are sadhus, who Krishna is saying, I want to protect my devotees and to destroy the demons like Kamsas, as well as to re-establish dharma. Because the adharma was prominent, it is more, and he wants to re-establish it so that people are not becoming demonic. Dharmas, that is why he is establishing dharma. And he comes on his own, or in every millennium, in his own form. Right here, Krishna was born, appeared as with four-handed form, but Vasudev and Devaki requested him to please come in a baby form. So he appeared like a baby. See here, can you see that? He appeared as a baby. He was in where were they actually? Kamsa had caged them in the jail. Till now, this cell has been there in Vrindavan. It is there, it seems. Whenever, Mathura, whenever if you go there, it is there. You can just go and find out. and he was being carried from Mathura to Vrindavan. And this Sheshnag, who is that, you know? This is Adi Sheshnag. This is his brother only, no? Nityananda Swami is also called as Balramji. He's also called as Lakshman. Whatever you want to call him, you can call him. He has different names. He has incarnated along with the. Whenever Lord comes, he comes with his associates. No, if you want to go for a picnic or if you want to go out, would you like to go alone or you would like to go with your friends or your family, right?
Friends and family.
Yes, friends and family. Similarly, Krishna, when he wants to come here, he wants to do his pastimes, he gets all his associates also along with him. So, and that time, you all know he was being carried from Mathura to Vrindavan. That was also the pastime of the Lord. Lord wanted to do the pastime. Appearance of Krishna. So, what are the three reasons why Krishna appeared? Who wants to tell me?
Brahman, Paramatma, Bhagavan.
That is the stage of God realization. But here it is said, three reasons why Krishna appeared. Just now we said, that is to protect the Paritranaya Sadhu Nam, to protect the devotees and to destroy the demons. Why do Krishna appear? First reason is Paritranaya Sadhunam. Sadhunam are the devotees of the Lord. To protect them. When the demonic people are harassing them, Krishna wants to protect his devotees. To protect his devotees, to destroy the demons, and to also re-establish Dharma. Okay? So you can understand that Bhagavad Gita was spoken very long back, almost 120 million years ago it was spoken. And it was spoken to whom?
Arjuna.
Arjuna.
Arjuna. It was spoken to Arjuna only in Dwapar Yuga when Krishna was present personally. But we saw the history before that it was spoken, right? It was spoken to whom? The sun god, no? First it was spoken to sun god. Yes, and then sun god spoke it to
Manu.
Manu. Very nice. And Manu instructed this to Ishvaku, right? So sun god is Vivaswan. Vivaswan gave it to Manu, and Manu gave it to Ishvaku, who is the great grandfather of Sri Ram when he appeared here. When he appeared here to do his pastime. What is the benefit of knowing Krishna? This is very important. Why are people so? People keep on saying you should chant, you should do that. Why? What is the reason? Anybody can tell me?
To remember Krishna.
Yes, to remember Krishna. What will happen if you remember Krishna? Know Krishna. If you know Krishna, what happens? Janma karma cha me divyam evam yo vedi tattvataha tyaktva deham punarjanma neti mameti sorjuna. That means, yes, who's reading it?
Ma'am, can I?
Yes, please read.
One who knows the transcendental nature of my appearance and activities does not, upon leaving the body, takes his birth again in this material world, but attains my eternal abode, O Arjuna.
Yes, Krishna is saying this, that when you know that my body is transcendental, my nature is transcendental, knows the transcendental nature of appearance and disappearance, activities, and whatever activities, and whenever Krishna appears, that is transcendental, okay? And his activities, his pastimes are also transcendental. Upon leaving the body, when we are leaving the body, and when we know all this, we are not going to take rebirth. Sorry. Okay, so upon leaving the body, they are not going to take birth again in this material world. But where will we go? We'll go to Krishna Gloka. We'll go to Golok Vrindavan. That is the benefit of knowing Krishna. That is why people keep on saying that please do bhakti, try to do it. So what is the benefit of knowing Krishna? Who wants to chant it? Yes, let us all chant. Yes, let us all chant after. Please chant after me. Janma karma cha me divyam.
Janma karma kame divyam
Janma karma cha me divyam. Everyone please unmute and chant. Janma karma cha me divyam.
Janma
Karma
karme
Divyam.
Evam yo veti tatvatah.
Evam yo
Evam
veti
tatvatah.
Tyaktva deham punarjanma.
Yatva
Yata
deham Janma.
Neti mameti sorjuna.
Neti
Neti
mameti
mameti
sorjuna.
so Archana.
Very nice. Janma karma cha me divyam. In Sanskrit, no, when you, this is cha, okay, you can chant it as cha. Janma karma cha me divyam.
Janma karma
karma cha me divyam.
Evam vyo veti tatvatah.
Evam yo veti tatvata.
Tyaktva deham punarjanma.
Tyaktya vedeham punarjanma.
Tyaktva. When you leave your body, tyaktva deham punarjanma. So there is no punarjanma. You are not going to get reborn. Okay, you are just going to go to the spiritual world and stay there forever. You are not going through all these sufferings, all these difficulties. Neti mameti sorjuna.
Neti mameti sorjuna.
Very nice. Anybody wants to chant it?
Ma'am, may I?
Yes, please chant.
Janma karma cha me divyam evam yo veti tattvaha taktya devam punarjanma naiti me meti sorjana.
Very good.
Ma'am, can I?
Yes, please chant.
Janma karma cha me divyam evam yo veti tattvaha tattva deham punarjanma nati mameti so Arjuna.
Very good. So Krishna is saying that whoever knows this transcendental nature of mind and my appearances and activities does not upon leaving the body take his birth again in this material world, but goes to the eternal abode of the Lord. He will attain the eternal abode of the Lord. So these are all the transcendental pastimes of the Lord. This is where Krishna was doing a pastime wherein he delivered Nal Kubera, two of them, right? So these were the trees which were there in Krishna's garden, and they were being actually cursed by Narad Muni, and that's why they became trees, and Krishna had to deliver them. When Yashoda Maya bind Krishna, this is also called Damodar Leela, wherein he was bind with the rope on this motor, and he pulled that motor along and outside, and the two trays were placed. No, he delivered them. He liberated them, and both of them were liberated because they were being punished and they were being delivered that time. So that are the pastimes of the Lord. So you all know Krishna is God and the supreme personality of Godhead. Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is also a person, okay? He also feels happy. He also feels good. When you do bhakti, when you do something wrong, he doesn't like it. He will also feel bad. So he is also a person. He has a Shama Sundar form. Which is the Shama Sundar form? A flute and a peacock feather. Always there. And Krishna is Satchitanand, full of knowledge, bliss, and eternal. He is always there. So nothing is going to spoil. He is always there, eternal. So what is the difference between humans and Krishna? His form is permanent. We keep on changing. We get some other body, some animal life, some human life. So it keeps on changing. Our form is not permanent. Whatever we have done in our past, as per that, whatever wish we have, as per that, we are getting the body, okay? So the form is temporary. It's not going to stay forever. It will, after some time, it is going to go. His body is spiritual. Our body is material. So these are the differences, okay? There is no difference between his body and soul, but there is a difference between our body and soul. It is both are different. Krishna is the controller of the Maya, but who is controlling us in this material world? Maya Devi is controlling. So we are controlled by her. Okay, so is it that many of them in the history are able to know Krishna? Yes, Krishna is saying that, yes, ye yatha mam prapatyante tam stataiv bhajamyaham mama vartaman vartvante manusham partha sarvashaha. So has all surrenders unto me, I reward them accordingly. The percentage you surrender to the Lord, the bhakti you do, that much Krishna is also revealing himself. Okay, he'll also reciprocate the percentage you are doing. You do something, if you put one step, Krishna is also coming forward to you. Okay, so you have, it is not that people in the past have never realized Lord. It was all. Yes, please mute yourself. Okay. Okay, so anybody wants to chant it? Who wants to chant? Please raise and unmute.
Ma'am, may I?
Yes, please.
Yeyatamam prapadyante tam saitva bhajamyaham.
Mama vartmanu vartante.
Mama vartmanu vartante manushaya partha sarvasa.
Very good. So, yes, as all I surrender unto me, as all surrender unto me, I reward them accordingly. Whoever surrenders to him, they are being rewarded as per the degree of percentage of bhakti, or the degree they surrender to the Lord. Lord is also revealing himself. Here one, every day this lady used to come to Krishna's place, and she used to give fruits and fruits to Yashoda Maya. And but that day Yashoda Maya was busy, and Krishna had already seen that lady delivers fruits, and Yashoda Maya gives in exchange some rice grains to that lady. So he quickly ran out, and she was a great devotee. Okay, she was always chanting Govinda's name, always singing Govinda's prayers. Then Krishna wanted to reward her because of her bhakti. So what he did, he went quickly out and he took all the fruits what she bought, and in exchange what he did, he had seen like the kids know, usually they see all what their parents do. Krishna also wants to do that pastime. So he went and he kept the fruits, and he got a few grains in his small hands, and only few were left by the time he came, and he gave it to that lady. So when he gave that, she placed that few grains in the basket, and she left. She didn't call Yashoda Maya that, oh, what is this? I didn't get anything. I have given all the fruit. She didn't say that. She was very happy and content. She took that basket and went home. When she went home, it was getting very heavier. By the time she reached home, when she placed the basket out, she could see that entire basket was full of jewelries, all the diamonds, pearls, precious stone, everything. So Krishna rewards according to your percentage of what you do. Okay, so these are the various pastimes of the Lord. Even we can enjoy that when we go to Krishna, but unless and until we don't do bhakti, we don't remember Krishna, we are not going to go there. We are not going to be eligible to go there. Wherever you want to, if you want to get admission also in colleges, schools, you have to show the eligibility that yes, I have got so much marks and I qualify for it. Similarly, we have to get qualified to go to Krishna. Tadvidi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadyakshanti te jnanam Dhyaninas Tattvadarshinaha. So Krishna is saying how you can get the knowledge, how you should learn the truth by approaching a spiritual master through the disciplic succession, right? Unless and until you don't approach, you can't get all the knowledge. Even though Krishna knew everything, but to show the example, how to set an example to re-establish dharma, to make people understand how they have to do bhakti, how they have to get the knowledge. He also went to school, no? He had gone to Sandipani Muni's ashram, wherein Balramji, Sri Krishna, and even so many of them had there. And here only Krishna met Sudama, right? You all know, right? So this is how we have to learn the truth by approaching the spiritual master. And we have to inquire submissively, not like that, oh, sir, please help me, advise me. But humbly we have to approach a master, a teacher. Nicely we have to do some submissive service to them and a self-realized, because he's a self-realized soul, he can impart knowledge because he has seen the truth. It is not that without knowing you can just become, somebody can become your guru and you just follow him. You should not do like that. You should approach the proper guru. Anybody wants to chant it?
Ma'am, may I?
Yeah, yes,
Can I?
please. Yes. Who wants to chant quickly?
तद्विधि प्रणिपातेन परिप्रश्नेन सेवया उपदेक्ष्यन्ति ते ज्ञानं ज्ञानिनस्तत्त्वदर्शिनः.
Very nice. Good. Anybody wants to chant? Yes, Hasini, Kirti. Please, who has not participated, if they wish to chant, please chant.
Ma'am, may I?
Yes, please chant.
Tadvidi pranipatena pariprasena sevaya yupadekti swayanti tenanam nanvinas darsina.
Very nice. Yes, tadvidi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya. Pariprashnena means you have to ask questions, submissively ask questions and inquire about what is the fact, what is the truth. Okay, pariprashnena, you can ask him with the questions. Sevaya, with you submissively rendering some service. Upadyakshantate jnanam, because he has seen a self, he is a self-realized soul, he has all the jnanas, he can also impart some knowledge. Okay, jnani nastatva darshinaha. Please try to practice all these shlokas. I'll send the PDF. Okay, so who is God?
Krishna.
Krishna is God. Is he a person?
Yes.
He is also a person like us, like two-handed form he is having here in this Shama Sundar form, two-handed form. Right? In this Shama Sundar form, he has two-handed form wherein you can just connect ourselves with him. He is also a person. He also feels happy when you do bhakti, when you offer bhoga, he also feels happy. It is not that he is hungry or he doesn't have everything. Everything he has created. So there is no need for him to accept it. It is out of causeless mercy. He wants to deliver you or help you or give you that prema. That is why he is accepting it. Okay, he has a peacock feather on his head and a flute always and a beautiful smile every time. So Krishna is the Lord. So let us all chant Panchatattva mantra. Jai Shri Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Yes, try to memorize it, okay? Remember it. And before chanting Maha Mantra, we chant Panchatattva mantra. Let us chant Maha Mantra, please.
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare.
Very nice. Everyone should chant. Please try to remember this important shlokas. If anything is there, any difficulty is there, please let me know. Who has taken the quizzes?
Ma'am,
Yes,
I've
beta.
taken the quizzes, ma'am.
You did?
Yes, ma'am.
Very good. Very good. Okay, please everyone take your quizzes. Otherwise, you won't be getting the certificates. Please try to complete your quizzes, okay? If any difficulties are there, any issues, please let me know. You can also share the screenshot if any you're not going to, able to attend it. Enroll it first and then you would be able to. Once you do it, again, you don't have to repeat it. If two of them are doing through the same email ID, then please try to, like, if sisters, brothers are taking the same class, you can take two different email IDs so that you get different certificates. Okay, let us all meet again. Yes, beta.
How many questions do you have to get right to win a certificate?
It should be 80%. Like if it is 10 questions, at least 8 should be correct. If you want to reattempt the quizzes, there are numerous attempts you can do it. Okay, so don't worry about it. If you don't get 80% in the one quiz, you can again repeat the same quiz. Okay.
Okay, thank
Hare
you,
Krishna,
ma'am.
Hare Krishna, Hare Vancha kalpataruvasya kripa sindhu mevacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo nama ananta koti vaishnavindi ki jai. Hari Hari bol. Please everyone try to practice the shlokas, and whoever wants to sing bhajan, any Damodar Ashtakam or anything which they know of Krishna, they can sing tomorrow. Okay. Let us meet again tomorrow. I'll try to join early tomorrow. So some issues are there in the morning to join fast. Okay, let us meet again tomorrow. See you all. God bless you. Hare Krishna.